Compu-Mail is, for lack of better terms, a marketing services provider. Most of our work is direct mail. We grew out of a data processing company that initially was managing voter records. So my early days with the company before I started a direct marketing agency, so for lack of better terms, a direct mail ad agency, we managed voter records, and we did fairly large merge purges, and we purchased our first Xerox laser in about '85. So we were doing variable data in the '80s.
Long time ago. So you're a veteran.
Yes.
So you're sitting pretty compared to where a lot of people are trying to learn, because you know data.
Yeah, we don't own any offset presses. We buy some offset to use as shells and some of the personalization that we do, but we've been able to leverage utilizing now iGen 4s to do a lot of variable print.
But if you're in the direct mail business, you're probably planning your exit strategy because direct mail is dead. Right?
No, I don't think so.
Leading question.
Yeah, the Postal Service certainly is in a bit of disarray, as is much of our government, and let's not mistake.
Let's not go there.
It's a government entity, whether we want to believe it or not.
Where's Ross Perot when you need him?
Right, exactly. And but what we have learned is that in order for direct mail to work and continue to be a viable marketing tool, it has to be relevant. And how do we make it relevant? I think you've had everybody talk about it today, from Howie right on down. It's about, okay, what can we do with the data? If you get a piece of mail that is important to you, you will look forward to it. And I quite often mention to my clients when they say, I don't want to use mail because I don't think it works, I'll ask them what they do when they return from vacation or come home after work and they go to their mailbox. And if there's no mail there, how do they feel? They feel pretty empty. And so I try to make people feel full. Well, give them lots of mail.
Well, there's a tagline.
Yep.
I have to admit, though, one at home, I get less mail than I ever got before, right? And if it's not a bill, which I give to somebody else to open, I actually find myself opening the mail that I used to call junk, right? Much more than I ever did before.
Right.
And maybe it's because you're in the industry, but it feels to me like most of it has got a lot more value than it did just a couple of years ago.
I think that the vast majority has to, or it's junk, right? And people will throw it out. You've got a very small window of time to get someone to do something with that message, whether it's an email message or a text message or a piece of mail, a printed piece. You've got a very short window. So that window of time between the mailbox and your garbage can, you better make a pretty strong offer, and it better be the right person with the right offer at the right time.
Well, and I think that's the other reason I also check my mail better than I used to, because I get 300 emails a day.
Sure.
And it's as fast as I can move them to spam, I'm moving them to spam.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
It's that's one of the services we provide as well, is email marketing, and the challenges there, developing integrated campaigns and making them work, is, excuse me, wow, I guess it does work.
Stand out.
Yeah, make them stand out.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. The big challenge there is to make sure, again, that you're relevant, and the challenge with email, and why email is even more difficult than mail, is a postcard won't give your computer a virus. But if you get an email from somebody that you're not completely sure who it is, you drop it in your spam filter, you delete it. So we have to be very, very tactful and very appropriate when we push an email out to somebody, and ask their permission, and ask it often, annually. Make sure you get back to them and ask their permission, so you make sure that list continues to be clean.
So you're kind of around it already, but I want to ask the question more specifically to see if you can add anything else. Are you guys learning anything about the intersection of mail and email? I mean, is there anything else that people should be thinking about, or that you've said, okay, never again, we're going to do it this way? Or
well, I mean, first, it's quality of data. The more we know about our customer, and I'm speaking for my customers' customers, the more they know about their customer, the better, deeper that relationship is, the number of levels of relationship, the better they can market to that person, the better they can give them the appropriate offer at the appropriate time. So, but combining mail and email, what we've learned is that if you're doing it to a relevant audience, if you're doing the right offer at the right time, it does increase response. If mail is here, if email's down here, if mail is here, mail and email together are up there. in almost every case that we've seen, it works that way. But again, you have to have quality data, and it starts
Right.
with the data.
Yeah.